September 6th, 2023. How's it going, guys? Well, I've got another video for you. And what are we going to talk about today? Well, we're going to talk about Kansas City. We're going to talk about the Kansas City Zoo. We're going to talk about Swope Park and trash in Swope Park. I'm going to show some photos of that. And we're going to talk about the aquarium at the Kansas City Zoo, too, and over Labor Day weekend. Now, me and my son, we had planned on going and checking it out, and they had opened it up, I think it was on the 1st. And unless you were watching certain news media deals, you didn't really know. I had to go back and look. I don't know who basically talked. I think it was Channel 9, I believe, said on one of their deals when they were presenting that it was going to be opening up that you had to make reservations. Now, I didn't know nothing about it, and I go to the zoo almost every day. And a lot of people didn't. A lot of other people didn't either. Now, for adults, not to get in, that's one thing. But Labor Day weekend, there was a lot of little kids that were disappointed. They couldn't get in there. They couldn't. And we heard people, we walked the zoo mid-Labor Day weekend, me and my son did. And, I don't know. I just think that... I can understand if they're wanting to talk to the people about, the different species and stuff they have there. I could see taking them like a group, a certain amount of a group every 15 or 20 minutes. But when we tried to get on there, it said it was already booked for Labor Day weekend. And then we tried to look ahead for like 2 weeks. You can't go that far ahead to reserve anything, I guess. So it's kind of like that Nelson Atkins Museum, where they did during, when we had that, thing that was going on, guys. But I don't know. I think it kind of, there was a lot of people, like I say, there was a lot of talk. And as we walked through the zoo, we heard a lot of people that weren't very happy about it. But there you go again. I mean, was this just a deal of, I don't know, controlling the situation? Kansas City's really weird about stuff, the way they do things. They always got to have their hand in and controlling something here or there. Now, why I find this kind of strange is I've been out California. I've been to SeaWorld. I've been to Las Vegas. I think it was the Mirage. They got a fabulous aquarium out there. And you just, walk through it. Nobody talking to you, but it was really something. It's one of the dome, kind of like where you can look above your head and the fish and the stingrays swim over you and stuff. So I don't know, here you go again. But I mean, adults, if they miss out, that's one thing. But little kids, I think that was kind of not a good way for opening that place up for Labor Day weekend. And people not knowing. And it just wasn't out there. I mean, like I say, they didn't have like signs saying you need to, like 2 weeks before or something saying they got signs out there now. It says, you have to have a reservation or whatever on the deal. So I don't know. That's weird. I don't know. Sometimes stuff like that becomes so much of a hassle, it's not even worth messing with. I mean, I heard... Actually, this was a few days back. And Kansas City, another thing about Kansas City is parking. They gouge people on parking on the prices downtown and stuff. But there was a group of individuals. Now, these, I would say these ladies and men were probably, I'm just guessing, late 40s. But they were talking about going down to the market down there, and they said, well, they didn't want to, said they were going to do it a certain way, so they parked so they wouldn't have stress. And that's actually what they said. And it's a pain. I mean, when you have to worry about if you park, your car is going to get towed, money, is it going to cost you $30, $50, $100 to park your car? I don't know. I mean, I don't go certain places here in the city because of that. And I mean, it's not worth it. I mean, when you go to the casinos, you think about going to the casino, you wouldn't have to pay to park. I mean, out there in Vegas, I understand, I guess when you stay at the motels anymore, some of them have started that. They've been doing that for a while. But I mean, if it wasn't incorporated into the hotel or motel, I probably wouldn't stay there. I mean, that's just the way I am. But it's just, and there's a lot of other people are like that too, because they don't like stuff like that. They don't want the hassle. They don't want the mess. When you have things that kind of flow smooth together, you get a lot more volume of people. And I mean, it's just like, we'll take the Ethnic Festival. Okay, well, that wasn't that hard getting into. I mean, they parked everybody out in the fields and stuff. And, it seemed like everybody was pretty much orderly. There was no problems in any of that. So I don't know. I figured a couple weeks here, I'll try to get in there, and get some photos for you guys, some videos for you guys. But it just, stuff like that. If they make it hard for people to go, and just even today, again, I heard people. Now I talked. There was a couple of people that asked me directions today at the zoo too. They were asking which way to go. I mean, what was in what areas and stuff, like Australia section and the Africa section, stuff like that. But I don't know. Like I say. So anyway, I'm going to go ahead. I'm going to show. We're going to talk about Swope Park for a second. Some of that trash still hasn't been picked up, and this is big trash. This is couches and stuff like that. It looks like carpet that they dumped there and stuff. Now this is in between, like when you're coming back towards like 63rd Street when you're coming out of Swope Park. I think that's Gregory. I think I always forget the name. It's Gregory, I think, is what that road is there. But it's got a ton of trash, guys. And it just amazes me. That's another thing too. I mean, some of the stuff here in the city, they need to do something better about this, because some of these people, and there's also people that cannot afford to get this trash removed. I got a person up the street here at the top of the hill. Now this is set in Independence, Missouri. And this is up by these duplexes up here, top of the hill. And there's been a couch sitting out there for over 3.5 months. Been rained on massive times and stuff, sitting right out in front of the yard. This is why there's codes here in certain counties and different things and stuff, because they go out, and they tell the people either they got to remove it, they got to take care of their own property, or then they get fined for it, and then the city will come and remove it. But see, what I can't get over, some of this is not getting enforced anymore. And Independence isn't going out doing some of the stuff. I mean, I've been out there many times to the codes department. A lot of times they get the stuff done. But for some reason at this top of this hill, these people are getting to slide. Maybe it's who owns the properties up there at those duplexes. There's a guy who drives a black pickup truck that I repeatedly showed does not have no license plates on the vehicle. Sits out in front, had like it was being sold, and still it's going on. It's still setting up there, and there you go again. They've been driving it for years, and they're getting away with it. Independence let them get away with it. So there you go again. But then, how about all us Jackson County people out here on these taxes? 40,000. Well, what if everybody just stopped? Maybe everybody should be knocking on everybody's door, the mayor's door, find out why all this is going on then. Here we go again. I mean, I don't know. I think somebody, and then how many millions of dollars did they pay this corporation, this organization, to look at all this stuff? Maybe they didn't put out all those millions of dollars on them. Maybe they could have, when they had to mess with all this other and up like they did. I don't know. Doesn't make sense to me. But, everybody needs to keep their eyes open. And I think people are opening their eyes more. I see people every day that are looking more at all this stuff. And definitely from the drugs, the homeless, and the other stuff. I was over here off Nolan Me and my son was coming back yesterday, and there was some, there was another deal over there by that motel. There's a white gal and yeah, I think probably some of that, eye candy stuff, and she was hanging through the window with two black guys. And it was over at the filling station right by the motel over there. And what I did notice was the vehicle behind me. And there were some people behind me that was also looking at that. So people are getting more aware of what's going on here. So that stuff needs to be turned down. There you go. Anyway, I'm going to show all this trash through Swope Park here, guys. Oh, I did get a picture of the blimp, too, from a way far away distance. I'll try to show it to you guys. And if you go to the zoo, make a reservation to get in that aquarium, because you ain't going to get in unless you have it. Like I say, me and my son, we wanted to go together. We talked we was going to do it together, so we're just going to have to wait a couple more weeks. But when we get there, I'll try to get some videos out. So hold on, guys. Okay, guys, I'm back. And I don't even know what this is here. Some of this is covered up here. And I'm going to just kind of scroll through here. Let's see what we got. There's some, looks like indoor-outdoor carpet there. And there's one of the couches. There's another love seat. And this is all through Swope Park, so hold on. More trash there, guys. See if I can bring that in a little bit better. This guy says, don't litter. Don't litter through Swope Park. Don't need to be littered. All right, guys. Very sad that people have to go out and dump that stuff like that. I don't know. Not good. They need something else for these people that, if they can't, where this stuff can get picked up so it doesn't, bring down the city so much. Some of this stuff, I mean, I don't know. Like I said, I don't know what the answer exactly is here, but it sure isn't going to our parks and dumping the trash there. I mean, if anything, these people, if they're so low income or something else, they need to let them maybe into the dump once a month or something, to where they'd have some kind of voucher or something to where they could get some of this stuff gone like that, So then they wouldn't dump into the parks and stuff. So hold on. There's the blimp, guys. Let's see if I can enlarge it a little bit more here for you guys. Well, that's pretty wild. He was flying over the stadium. This is like I said, I was way far back off 63rd here. Anyway, guys, just another short little video here. And keep your eyes open, guys. And have a good one out there.